Hi, and welcome to another Pick a Card general reading. So, today we are asking your person for messages. We are asking them what would they say if they had the ability to communicate to you, if they had the platform to express how they are feeling, what they are thinking, what would they say? Now, I'm giving your person the opportunity to tell you how they are feeling, what they're thinking from their point of view, and then I'm going to objectively offer advice in terms of what I'm feeling in their energy, and then we're getting messages from spirit at the end. So very similar to my other video about channeled messages from your person. I'm not going to be channeling it first person because I like to remain objective, especially because there are so many of you now. I think it is important that I do remain somewhat in control. It's always surprising where these pick a card readings go sometimes. So I have 3 groups for you today, as always. First group is this charm. They're all charms, actually. So, gosh, sorry about that if you're wearing headphones. They're all charms. So if you've been watching some of my other videos with charms in them, you may recognize these. Now, this charm is the clear charm. It's my clarity charm, actually. I have the value charm. I wonder if I can bring that closer. Are you going to focus, or are you not happy with me? There we go. All right, that's group 2. And group 3, we have the other value charm. So please take time to do what you got to do, I guess. And once you know which pile you would like to, which group you would like to be a part of, click on the timestamps down below and join me in your reading. Hi, group 1. If you chose this beautiful clear, oh, beautiful clear charm, then this is your reading. I love that. So I'm using my charms today, something different. Now today we are asking your person, what would they like to tell you? If they could speak to you, what would they say? We are offering them a platform to communicate. I'm personally going to offer objective advice at the end, and then we're going to ask spirit for advice. So similar to my other video about channeled messages from your person, I'm going to attempt to channel the energy of your person. This is a group reading. We'll do our best here. As always, just take what resonates and leave what doesn't. So that was your chance. What would you say to group 1 if you could say anything? What do you want to tell them? What do you want to tell them? I'll get all the cards out and then I'll explain what I'm feeling. What do you want to tell them? What do you want to tell group 1? 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 What do you want to tell group 1, please? Oh my days. Listen. Okay. What do you want to tell group 1? I'll get a couple more. This person is suddenly very chatty. Alright, so group 1, the bottom deck energy is you already know. Your person has tried to tell you these things before, or to their belief, they have tried to communicate what they're about to say with you. For many of you, your person believes that they have tried everything and they're kind of at a standstill here. I do see a crossroads for some of you. They're kind of deciding what to do. All right. So, I've got all the cards. I'm going to start with the first one. You are right. Your person feels, gosh, I don't even know how to, it's a literal meaning. For many of you, this is something that they've been wanting to tell you for a while. You were right. I feel that you have opinions about this person. You're under a strong belief of what this person is like, their character perhaps. This person is just almost resigning themselves in this sense. Like there's this feeling of frustration and just wanting to like let go. Like I really feel like this is somebody who is just sick of the struggle. There's some sort of resigning here. The next card we have is I just want space. So I do feel like they're trying to move forward They are someone who has changed their communication style with you. For many of you, you haven't spoken to this person in a little while. For others of you, you may have left on bad terms and you don't really know where to next. But for a small majority of you, this person is going to communicate that they just want space. They want to have distance between them. I read this as the Six of Swords, so I just feel like this person is wanting peace. This person wants to move forward. The next card we have is Words Do Hurt. So for some of you, you may have experienced conflict with this person. For many of you, though, your person replays your conversations in their head. They think about it a lot. It's something that's always on loop, is what I'm hearing. It's on loop. Like they think about it a lot before they go to bed, when they wake up. Like it's something that they don't like. They want to move forward. They don't want to keep that in their head. They're in this Two of Swords energy. They don't like it. It feels stuck. It feels stagnant. It's this feeling of wanting to make a decision, but feeling powerless to make a decision. And above all, they just feel like they don't know enough to be able to move forward. Like there's too much uncertainty here. They're trying to listen to their intuition. They're receiving a lot of messages about this, and you probably are too. From their point of view, they don't have the answers, but they feel strongly guided to make a decision. We have happiness as my priority. Now, you guys, when I saw this come out, I normally interpret this as the Three of Cups, but really what it feels like is your person is keeping their options open. This is the Three of Wands. They're trying to keep they've invested energy with you, yes, but they're not holding hopes that this connection is going to progress. They do strongly feel like they just need to remain open to options. I don't think there's anyone in particular in mind, but I feel like they are really just focusing on their happiness and moving forward as a whole. It really feels like they're just really wanting peace in their life more than anything. I feel travel here too. Your person is wanting to be able to travel. They're wanting to close a distance. They're wanting to move forward more than anything. We have the Four of Cups here. If I asked you to stay, would you leave? There is this feeling, there's a fear of rejection. There's a fear that if they did reach out to you, you would hesitate, and maybe they have done that in the past. There's this openness. They fear silence. So the more time apart, the more their fear grows. This is something that they need to figure out, but that's what they want you to know, is that there's a lot of stuff going on in their life. And with this Four of Cups, there's just a feeling as though two sides. It could have been a missed opportunity in the past, or in future, if they did extend an offer to you, an offer of communication or an offer of connection, it feels as though there's an uncertainty as to whether or not you would take that offer. They think that you would pass on it, and they fear that rejection. More than anything, your person does fear rejection, though. They don't want to admit it, but they are quite insecure. They don't want to admit how much hope they had on this connection in the beginning. They really did believe it could have been something more. They don't even want to admit how their own actions have led to this point. They just want to move forward, is what I'm feeling. So there is a stubbornness there. But this is just what they're wanting to communicate. I will tell you what I objectively believe again. So they're wanting to say that you shouldn't limit yourself. This is actually quite big. I didn't expect them to share this. So Time to Ground Yourself, for me, talks about connecting to your values, connecting to your root chakra, appreciating who you are for everything you are, your shadow strengths, your light strengths, everything, and just really understanding what you need as a person, as the person that you are. So I feel like this person may have conflicted, or the situation may have conflicted with your values, possibly your morals, or just who you are. It just felt like it was a real big struggle. You constantly share your energy with this connection. Your person is actually encouraging you not to limit yourself here. This is also an intervention message from Spirit, though. I just realized. I'm like, oh, Spirit, you chucked that in there, didn't you? So, Spirit comes through on these cards where there's no numbers, and they're usually white cards. There's a couple already. Your person wants you to not to limit yourself, but Spirit is actually wanting to tell you that you really need to connect with who you are at the core. Your values is what I'm hearing, what you deserve, what you have to offer. I feel like this person didn't appreciate what you have to offer. And it's, we're not supposed to be intervening though. Spirit, we got to let this person talk first, and then we'll share everything else. So now is not the time. Your person feels like they're fighting space, they're fighting distance, they're fighting time. It just feels like there's a lot of adversity to overcome, and your person isn't confident that they can overcome it. In their opinion, it was like right place, wrong time. And it might have even been the wrong place, wrong time. But in their opinion, there's just a lot of things that needed to be in alignment, and it just wasn't. It's almost like I just wish things were different situation. They know what the potential was between the two of you, but they also know that it's just not the right time. So they're saying that love is the answer. I'm feeling this again with that limit. Don't limit your opportunities. This card, more than anything, your person is wanting to tell you that they do recognize the feelings, they recognize the attraction. I don't know if they did fall head over heels in love with you. I'm not going to confirm that in a group reading, but they did feel the attraction. They felt strongly connected with you, and Spirit is wanting to say that you should always follow love in terms of your heart. Now, you will feel anger and frustration. I feel that many of you picked group 1. This person has triggered your shadow aspects, and you may be struggling to accept the situation, or you may be struggling with the person that you feel you've become because of this connection. Spirit is trying to guide you towards a place of peace and love, but it's very important that you process these things in your time and that you don't feel rushed to do so. Your person wants you to know, though, that you did stir these feelings within them, and they recognize that the potential was there. It just felt like it didn't get the time to ground itself properly. Oh my gosh. It's the 7 of Pentacles. I just wish things were different. I must have seen this before, but I was feeling it the whole time with this pile. Your person literally just wishes things were different. Like wrong place, right time, wrong place. Like it just feels like there's a lot of adversity here, and your person isn't confident that they can overcome it. They're also seeking instant gratification. They're not entirely sure in long-term investments, if that makes sense. They're not feeling confident with long-term or long-distance relationships. This is someone who would prefer something more tangible. They're seeking physical connections. They're not fully appreciating what a connection of this type can offer, which is why I feel Spirit is asking you to ground yourself and get more in touch with your core, your roots, and understanding what you need and what you deserve. Because this person is really just thinking surface. They're not really thinking beneath. They recognize the feelings, but I feel that they're looking for something more physical. The next card we have is I need time for me. So I do feel this person not communicating. If they are now, it's almost like they're wanting that now. So they're going to slowly stop communicating if they haven't already. They are going to, it's literally like they're just going to withdraw until you're just wondering what the hell they're doing. Gosh, this is annoying me now. I'm sorry I tried, but gosh, this is so frustrating. All right, I'm going to finish off their messages and then we'll move forward. You are so very special. So your person thinks you are the world, and I'm really struggling to say this now, but this is what they want you to know. They think you are the world, you're a very special person, and you have a lot to offer someone someday. They want you to know that they did recognize your worth here. This is the 10 of Cups. You have the potential to make somebody very happy is what they're saying. Okay. All right, that's enough from you. I'm sorry, but like, how dare they take us on that roller coaster and then finish off with that, like, ugh. It just feels like a cliche Hollywood movie at the end. You know, when they say things like, it's not you, it's me, we should just be friends. Like, no, excuse me? I don't appreciate that. So, Spirit, what is going on in this connection? Why is this person like this? Why are they trying to be the bigger person? Nothing is set in stone, reversed. This person is trying to dictate the future. They're trying to control the future, surrender to the divine. They're very controlling of the situation. They're not surrendering anything. Conclusions are within reach is reversed. They are trying to avoid the truth here. They're purposefully running from resolution. Five of Swords, they're withholding on purpose. They don't want to offer any clarity. They're actually running. It's quite cowardly. Time to breathe out. They're not talking, that's for sure. They're not communicating any of this. All right, so Spirit, what is actually going on? Honestly, what is happening? What is happening? Oof, that's a bit much. I would rather specific messages, please. What is happening? Adjustments are required. This person is quite stubborn. They're quite fixed. They're also quite negative. They think that by moving forward, they're solving the solution, but actually, they're not doing any healing. They're not changing. They don't recognize how they don't recognize how their actions, their behaviors, their words, or lack thereof have impacted this connection. They're not taking ownership. Spirit is trying to encourage this person, regardless of the connection you share. Spirit is trying to encourage this person to work on themselves and to use this as an opportunity to grow, but they're choosing to just cut it off. They don't want any resolution. They're not offering any clarity, and they think that by simply moving forward and not communicating, that they will be able to dip into something completely new, but they're not fixing anything. They're just letting that situation fester within them. It does feel, I mean, look how heated I got all of a sudden. The energy is gaining momentum. This person could be facing a tower moment within their own life very soon. It has something to do with their ego, their pride. They are someone who struggles to apologize. They are someone who doesn't want to say the wrong thing. They may have a temper. They choose to withdraw instead of saying the wrong thing. They think that that's easier and that's them being the bigger person, but they don't really recognize how they're impacting you and your future. With this, have faith in your dreams. It really feels like Spirit is asking you not to limit yourself here. Think big picture. Don't put all of your hopes and expectations on this person and communication with them, because I really feel like they are not considering reaching out. We have emotions are running high, reversed, super moon. You must feel like you're crazy, because I just feel on your end, or you're facing all of these emotions. You're fully aware of the energy. And this person is pretending like none of it exists. They are pretending like they don't feel this. They're running from their emotions and they're running from their energy. They are completely in denial. It's time to release negativity. Your person is running and hiding from you in person. Scorpio reverse, they don't want to confront their fears. They don't want to confront their emotions, and they are purposefully hiding. It's very cowardly, but in their opinion, they're being the bigger person. Whew, sorry, but like I was getting frustrated having to read those messages, and I'm really sorry to call your person like out like that. Like, especially if you do share, obviously you share a connection with them if you care about them. But that's just what I'm feeling the whole time I was reading the cards from their point of view. I was like, wait a minute. It felt like I was being gaslighted almost. So, Group 1 Spirit, what is their advice? What advice do you have for Group 1 Spirit? What advice do you have for Group 1? What advice? We have rebuild the tower. This person is going to get a wake-up call. Now, gosh, we have reach out as well. But look how dissatisfied this poor person is. I don't want to play into genders, but like, wow, they couldn't be any more upset with the outcome. I feel like you have been waiting so long for some sort of resolution, for some sort of movement forward, for literally any indication of a way out here. You've invested energy, you've invested time, you've invested patience, and you've just been waiting. Look at how this person is clutching their heart chakra, except it's the same color as the crown. So I really strongly feel like this person is about to have a massive wake-up call. There's going to be a big shift in this connection. What is the shift, Spirit? What is the shift? What is this tower moment? It's a fresh perspective. So Spirit is trying to liberate you, Group 1. They don't want you to feel limited and stuck here. They're trying to change your perspective and help you appreciate your other options, your other possibilities. This person is going to be forced to face their actions. Look at how this woman is staring at herself. She is going to have to, they are going to have to take a very long, hard look at themselves and understand exactly what they've done to lead them to this situation. And it's bigger than you, Group 1. That's just what this person is like. They are finally having to face their actions and how they have been forced into this position. They're going to be forced to learn a lot more about themselves. This is control, which I interpret as the Strength card reversed. So that ego is going to get a battering. Spirit is going to really break this person down to the point where they have to understand and appreciate how their own actions and behaviors led to this point. It's almost like a dark night of the soul situation, like an ego death situation. They're going to feel very powerless. They're going to feel vulnerable. They're going to maybe lash out. It's just something you don't need in your life. But Spirit, what's the advice for Group 1? What's the advice for Group 1? What's the advice for Group 1? Heal. That's a very straightforward message. Group 1, this is the Star card. It talks about hope. It talks about faith. I don't know if you remember the Moonology card that we had there. Have faith in your dreams. I really feel that you need to remain open to possibilities. Dream big here. Don't let your thoughts limit you. Dream big. Use your imagination, and really, you just deserve so much more. You are someone who offers a lot of inspiration to others. People look up to you. You're on a pedestal, and I just feel as though you've been limiting yourself a little bit here. So please don't limit yourself. I do feel that others are paying attention to your journey, and they feel inspired by what you are currently undergoing as well. Now, this is the Hermit card reversed, Seek. So I do feel as though this card is talking about just please don't isolate yourself too much. There are some things that you're going to need to face that you may have been avoiding. Hermit card talks about introspection, but in this case, it feels like retrospection, like hindsight almost. It's hard to envision it now, Group 1, but I feel as though you're going to be able to look back and appreciate this journey and how it has shaped you into the person you are. And you're going to get a hindsight moment where you can look back in retrospection and fully just understand it from a different perspective. That's what it feels like. So Spirit, what is the advice for Group 1? Anything else we should be sharing for Group 1? Move. So Spirit doesn't want you to stagnate, okay? The 7s are about overcoming challenges, choosing wisely in terms of investing your energy and making choices. It does mean options. This is the Chariot, though. This talks about a decision. This talks about willpower, determination, appreciation of your strength as well, and your perseverance. You have the ability to move forward here. Please don't limit yourself. You are someone who has a lot of drive, and you have so much to offer. You're going to get this renewed determination, and it has something to do with your base chakra. Remember, grounding yourself, understanding yourself, appreciating who you are in every sense of the word, who you are. Just literally understanding your values, understanding your needs, what makes you the incredible person that you are, what you have to offer, and how somebody else can fit into your life and complement you in that way. We have Just Breathe reversed. This is the 4 of Swords reversed. Now is not the time to feel stuck. Spirit is really encouraging you to use your learnings, your teachings, and anything that you've downloaded spiritually and put that into action. Okay, I do feel that you have a strong intuition, and that in this period of waiting, you were receiving advice and knowledge somehow. Spirit's asking you to act on that now. We have Simply Love reverse. There is something wonderful waiting for you out there. This is the 6 of Cups. This is an energy of It's a familiarity. It's a soulmate card. It does feel as though someone coming back. It's a bit of a warning. So right now, you may be too vulnerable to open your heart chakra. Spirit's acknowledging that, but you need to remember that at the core of you, you deserve love, and there is something wonderful waiting for you out there. So group 1, that is where I'm going to end your reading. I hope that resonated. I'm really sorry to take you on a roller coaster ride in the middle of a circus like that. It was a lot of shifting energy, and as a reader, I just aim to offer clarity and honesty. So obviously what they were saying did offer some clarity, but I really hope that towards the end there, that gave you more of the honesty that you were looking for. Please look after yourselves, group 1, and I look forward to reaching and connecting with you. I should say, not reaching, connecting with you in future as well. Thank you. Bye. Hi, group 2, and welcome. If you chose this beautiful little coin charm, then this is your reading. All right. Oh, gosh. I forgot that would make a lot of noise. Okay, I'm just going to leave that over there. All right, so today we are giving your person the platform to speak to you. If they could say anything at all, what would they say to you? I'm going to offer some objective advice at the end based on the energy that I'm personally feeling when I channel the messages, and then we're going to give Spirit a platform to talk as well. But first, we will start with your person. I'm going to move that back a bit because the camera is freaking out. All right. You have the chance now to speak. What would you say to group 2 if you could see them in person? If you could talk to them in person, what would you say? If you could communicate, this person's a bit shy. If you could communicate with them in any way, what would you say to them? What would you say to group 2? I don't want to lose you. I'll get all the cards out and then I'll channel the messages properly. What would you say to group 2 if you could say anything, if you could communicate anything? What would you say? What would you say to group 2? What would you say to group 2 if you could communicate anything? What would you say to group 2? Shall I get some more? All right. What would you say to group 2 if you could communicate anything? Just a couple more, please. Thank you. Bottom deck energy is the 10 of Pentacles. I want to start a family with you. This person grew very attached to you, group 2. They, from a very early stage, realized the potential that you could offer them. They saw you as being highly valuable. I think they have some self-worth issues. I know tarot card readers say this a lot, but it's just a general feeling of insecurity. Like they kind of put you up on this pedestal and they put themselves as lesser than. So they didn't get to fully appreciate how balanced the connection could be. In their opinion, they saw it as you were more valuable than they were, and they didn't fully appreciate everything that they had to offer too. I don't know why I'm talking in the past tense, but anyway, this is what they would tell you now, group 2. I don't want to lose you. 4 of Pentacles, they're desperately clinging on to memories of you. If your energy has been feeling drawn towards them, this person on their end, they have really been pulling on you. Like they have really been wanting to be close to you and hold you. I really feel like this is someone who feels as though there was a false start or like there should have been more. They feel as though you're outgrowing them, group 2. You're moving away from them. We have I lie awake at night. There was no night there, actually. I just added that in. I lie awake thinking about our future. Night and time might be quite significant for this person. You know what this makes me think of? The 4 of Swords. We have 2 4s straight up. This person is in a stubborn, stuck energy. They don't want to be like this. They don't want to be still. They want movement, but they don't see how their fixed vision is limiting movement. Your person just wants you to know that they haven't stopped thinking about you. You are constantly on their mind. You're always not too far from their thoughts. You're somebody who's right there. They think about you a lot. They seek professional advice. Oh, I see. I was going to say, excuse me, can we get a trigger warning before we... No, this is from them, though. They've been trying to get advice about this. I feel like they're so withdrawn. They're a bit shy, this person. Like, I don't know if they talk to many people. They want answers. They want to know what to do. They want to take control. They wish they had direction. They're kind of like looking for a sign. They just want to know what to do. I almost feel like they're wanting a reading from me. Like, I know you came here to get clarity, but like this person wants clarity as well. They just really feel stuck. They don't like it. They want to change it, but they don't know how. We have definitely. So they feel like this connection is moving in cycles. Like there was so much promise, and then there was like this downward spiral, and they feel as though it's going to come back around. They feel as though the two of you have this unbreakable bond. And that, like, regardless of what actually happens, regardless of who else comes in, it's from their end, though. They're very insecure that you've met someone else. They feel as though you'll always be a part of their life. For many of you, group 2, they just have this feeling as though you're meant to end up together. But I can't lie, it just feels like there's stuff in between the two of you right now. Like it feels like the odds are stacked against them. We have, you hurt me, that's okay, I guess. So that makes sense. When I said that it feels like the odds are stacked against them, it's their perception. They're in quite a pessimistic headspace right now. They're kind of limiting themselves. I wouldn't be surprised if the 8 of Swords would come up as well. It just feels as though they've painted themselves in this corner and they're refusing to see a way out. I just feel as though this is the 9 of Wands here too, so I don't think they're going to give up. They're persevering on, but they are in pain. I don't know why they're labeling you as the source of their pain, though. It just feels like it's a general insecurity that this person has, group 2. They need to understand their worth and they need to know where they're investing their energy. And I said I wouldn't do this till the end, but your person is quite, I don't know how many times I've said it already, but they're very stuck, and it's their mental way of thinking as well, like their mental stability. There's just like this cycle of, and they've got these barriers up now. They're quite guarded, but they don't see how they've done this. Like they, in their opinion, they're vulnerable and they're wounded, and they need to be as they are, but they don't understand that they're creating a barrier here and they're limiting the potential to connect properly because they've put this boundary up now. We have, I want to get you drunk. So this person could currently be struggling with alcoholism. I don't want to label it as a condition, but I just think they are drinking, definitely. Okay, so it's not to say that they would have a problem. For some of you, group 2, this person needs alcohol or some sort of something to give them courage. You know, they are that shy, they are that quiet, that they feel that they need liquid courage. They need something to help them communicate with you. I felt that even when I was shuffling group 2. Your person just feels generally quite shy, generally quite withdrawn. I don't think that they talk to many people. I feel like they have a close circle of friends, like they don't really extend themselves to many people, which is why with you, they just feel like they have so much to lose because in their opinion, they have invested a lot. And they can see how the two of you could really, well, they can see how you could add value to their life, actually. I do see that they want to reach out to you. They want to offer you something more. They wonder if you think about them as much as they do as well. It feels unrequited from their end. It feels as though they're the ones that are the only ones feeling this. So we have, I'm sorry. This could be a very direct message, something that you were waiting for, an apology. I just feel like this person will grovel if they had the opportunity to. And I don't mean to make them sound less than, but that's their point of view. They feel like they are less than. Like I'm getting this picture of someone on their knees just like begging this person in a beautiful dress, and like, oh, they haven't held themselves to high regard. They're really like presenting themselves to me as this lowly person, and they feel so sorry if they've missed out on you. I don't know if they've acted up in the past, we'll figure it out, but they're presenting themselves as this really humble character. I am terrified. Wow. So this is the 9 of Swords. They've received an epiphany. They want you to know that they have realized something. It had to do with the way they acted in the past, and it's almost like a realization of, sorry to swear, but like, shit, I should have done this instead. It really feels like they're stuck in the past. They're stuck in that sorrow, this idea of what they could have, should have, would have done, rather than what they're presently not doing. They are terrified though. They're really afraid to talk to you. Like they're acting as if this is such a big obstacle. Communication is just not easy in their point of view. They might have a lot of anxiety as well. I just want to add that before we look at the next card. I do feel as though they're just quite fearful and anxious right now, but in the swords way. So we can get fear and anxiety from the wands as well, which is like an energetic feeling. But when it's from the swords, I feel as though it's a perception. Yes, there is some real weighting to it. But more than anything, this person is like mentally imprisoning themselves in this. It's almost like they're choosing to remain in this. And I never wish to say that for anyone experiencing mental health concerns, but it's like their mind is very pessimistic at the moment. Now we have, I sometimes wonder if you care. This is the 13. This is the death card. This talks about an ending. In their perception, they have lost everything. This is an ending. But death also talks about a rebirth, a new beginning. They are hopeful that you will reach out to them, group 2. They are hopeful that there will be a new beginning here. For whatever reason, they're trying. Okay, so they are trying to remain positive. It's like their mind recognizes the opportunity that lies ahead that is being given to them. But on the other hand, they're also fully wrapped up in the loss side of things. It's like they get distracted by everything that they've lost instead. And I don't know, it just really feels like their mind just has this tendency to go down some fairly pessimistic paths. All right. Oh, look what we have here. Have I lost everything? Oh my gosh. All right. Well, there we go. Goodness. Very clear message. Have I lost everything? Your person, I feel like they've really, and again, pile 2, I don't know what it is about you guys, but I keep swearing in your videos. I just really feel like your person is fucked up, pile 2. What else do they have to say? If I follow you, I could lose everything. Suddenly, it all makes sense. Your person walked away, didn't they, group 2? They're pretending like... Okay, so see what I'm seeing here. This is the 5 of Swords. This is a social misfortune. I've got to finish their messages and then I can move forward. But they're telling you that if they stopped communicating with you, if they did something that was out of a character for them and it gave you the impression that they were walking away from you, they did it because they were concerned about how other people thought of them. They were letting other people's opinions override their choices, and they chose to walk away in that moment instead of offering you a resolution or clarity. This is talking about a possible social misfortune as well, so I do feel that the opinion of others was involved in this situation, and rather than battle it out with you or reach a conclusion, they chose to leave. Now we have you make me want to do bad things. So you guys may have met in a house party setting or something where alcohol was involved or something like that. But group 2, what I feel is that your person is still using substances to help them communicate, and that's something that they are going to try to do to reach out to you. They are someone who is either going to be slightly intoxicated or slightly under the influence of something. I keep feeling as though they need liquid courage to extend communication towards you. They are in this groveling energy. They've put themselves in a low energy of despair and victimization. They feel as though there's no certainty here. All right, so listen, I am going to just put that over there for now. Because I want to figure out what actually happened. So, Spirit, now we've heard what they would say. What actually happened to Group 2? What happened between these two people? What happened to Group 2, Spirit? Heal and reach out. You're joking. These 2 cards came out for Group 1 as well. Sacral chakra and moving on. Perhaps some of you were expecting sexual... I don't know why I heard this. Sexual favors. Some of you guys were expecting more in terms of the sexual energy of this connection, and it didn't happen. Spirit saying it didn't happen. It's almost like this person walked away and gave you the impression that they weren't coming back. And in their eyes, it was never a set thing. From their point of view, yes, they left, but they had every intention of coming back. And it's like, oh, but didn't you realize, like, we had unresolved issues? Like, it's almost like sex was implied in the past, but it never happened. And there was just this understanding that the next time that the two of you were together, and oh my God, this reminds me of someone very specific, but it's like the next time that you two were together, it would happen. But they're disappointed that you're choosing to move on, because in their opinion, they were always going to come back, and it was very clear. They're waiting for you to reach out, but I feel like you are waiting for them to connect with you. Like, they're the ones that left you hanging, group 2. It may be the other way around, but for many of you, I feel like you're waiting. But this person's trying to tell me that they're actually waiting and they're healing. So it's a lot of he said, she said business. What is actually happening? Spirit is asking someone to take the lead. Who's Spirit? Okay, so Spirit is saying, not you. Not you. You've given too much. You need to just have fun and appreciate the lighter aspects right now. So some of you guys have given a lot to this connection. Some of you have really invested a lot of emotional energy here. And this person, which one's the next? This one here. This person has given you nothing. With the 7 of Wands reversed here, their energy has almost stagnated. They just haven't given you anything to go off, but at the same time you feel that mutual connection. That's what is so frustrating here. It's like they've painted themselves into this corner of victimization and despair, but actually they have choices. They have the ability to step forward. Spirit's trying to guide them to be more assertive. Spirit's also trying to guide you to be more assertive and to take control of the other aspects of your life that have been lacking. I feel as though a lot of things have been put on hold for this person, and Spirit isn't wanting you to limit your opportunities, but Spirit is trying to guide this person to take more initiative and to feel empowered to make decisions in their life. This is a 4 too. Remember how they were sort of communicating with 4s in the beginning? This is the 4 that they should be empowering, that they should be feeling. It's the Emperor. They should be taking leadership over their actions and acknowledging their actions. The Emperor accepts things. He doesn't just go, I'm the Emperor and so it shall be. It's a matter of appreciating how your actions and how every situation has risks and consequences. And an Emperor knows when to let go of a situation based on the risk or consequences, as well as when to move forward. I just feel like this person is limiting the potential here. But with this 20 card, it's a blossom card in this deck. There is some clarity or some understanding coming. The truth is coming, and it will help offer more growth. Spirit is saying that the 6 of Wands here, you will be successful. So what is going to happen then, Spirit? What is happening with the 6 of Wands and the blossom? What is actually happening? Spirit saying change your focus. And that is what's happening for this person too. This person is under the impression that they've already lost when it feels like they've hardly tried. So Spirit is really trying to shift the focus of this connection to focus on what you do have instead of what you could have lost. It's about coming out of this period of inaction. The 4 of Swords reversed. Yes, it was good to take a break, to try to recalibrate and to understand yourself better, and I'm not just talking about you here, Group 2. This is your person. It's time to act. It's time to move. So what is going to happen then in the future with this connection? It's about changing perceptions. The 8 of Swords. It's about feeling and acknowledging that you do have choices, you do have actions, and this isn't just you, Group 2. This is your person too. You're not as hopeless as you think. Your person has this victim mentality where they've almost martyred themselves with their lowly opinions of themselves, but they're not acknowledging the choices they have and the abilities they have to move forward. This is the 9 of Cups reversed, dreams coming true. For many of you, your future may not lie with this person. You may choose to move forward in a completely different direction, and Spirit is saying that's okay. If that's what you want, you can do that. Don't limit yourself. Believe that your possibilities are endless here, Group 2. And I just feel like this person is just, this is the 21, this is the World reversed. This person is holding on to this cycle as if it hasn't ended yet, but for many of you, you're feeling impatient and you just want to close it. The choice is yours. This person is wanting closure. They don't think this has come full circle yet. In fact, in their opinion, you should have known that they were coming back. In their opinion, they believe that they left every impression that there was going to be something more to this connection. We have balance reversed. This is temperance. I'm feeling impatience. I'm feeling just getting sick and tired of holding back and being mindful of things and waiting for someone else to facilitate and reciprocate. And honestly, wow, I can understand why. So, Spirit, what is the advice? Is there any standing advice that you'd like to offer to Group 2? A new start is coming. It's a general new start. What do we have to say to Group 2? Have faith in your dreams. Believe in the impossible, okay? You deserve the best. And I do feel like you need to stay open to opportunities, not limit yourself with this person. What do you need to release? Some of you need to find closure elsewhere. Okay, so for some of you, Group 2, you may get closure and clarity from this person. For others of you, your person is just too stubborn and afraid to reach out. So you may need to seek closure elsewhere. You may need to find that within yourself and release that within yourself in a healthy way. Please don't hurt yourself, but just really finding a healthy way to release that, because I don't know if this person is going to offer you the clarity and closure that you need. What else can we tell Group 2? What advice do you have, Spirit? What advice do you have? We have in the back, in the reversed position, we have a new romantic cycle begins. That's not to say it's not going to happen, but I feel that for a lot of you, Group 2, you want this cycle with your person. And if that is the case, yes, balance will be restored, but there's just a lot of uncertainty because it relies on your person taking ownership and control of their actions and choices. They need to take control over their life. And until they do that, you're not going to get this balance that you crave with that person. Regardless, though, you do have a new beginning in general coming, and it does have to do with relationships. Now we have hold your vision here. If you have a dream, if you're manifesting something very specific, this is a clear message to you, Group 2. Hold your vision, don't give up. Bottom deck energy for you is conclusions are within reach, reverse. So listen, you will get closure, but for some of you, it's not going to come from your person. Regardless, you have a new beginning coming. This cycle is ending, and I feel as though you are moving forward, Group 2. So thank you so much for tuning in, Group 2. That is what I'm seeing and feeling for you today. I hope that resonated. I'm always curious to know if you feel inclined to leave a comment down below, or by all means like the video if you did like it. Please look after yourself, Group 2. Always trust your intuition primarily, and I really hope to connect with you again in future. Thanks, Group 2. Bye. Welcome, Group 3. If you chose this beautiful charm, then this is your reading. I love this charm so much. I love it every time it comes out in a reading. It's just a beautiful energy. All right, so today we are giving your person the platform to speak to you. If they could tell you anything right now, what would they say? Now, similar to my other video about channeled messages, I'm just going to try to refocus this hopefully so it stops being so silly. Maybe that'll do it. I think so. All right, so similar to my other video about channeled messages, we're going to give your person the opportunity to tell you what they would say to you right now if they could speak. And then I'm going to tell you what I objectively think in terms of the energy I'm channeling. To be honest, I'm barely getting through the person's messages before my own opinions start coming in, but I will try to be patient. I feel like this energy is very different to Group 1 and 2, sorry. And then at the end, we're going to be asking the Spirit for advice as well, which is the most objective opinion, really, but also the most opinionated opinion, in my opinion. Anyway, all right, so Group 3. What would you say to Group 3 if you could talk to them? Now is your opportunity to communicate. Your person has a lot to say, Group 3. Holy heck. I just felt shivers up my spine. Okay, what would you say to Group 3? Now is your chance to communicate. What would you say? What would you say to Group 3? What would you say to Group 3? If you could say anything to Group 3 right now. Oh, they're a bit shy. It's not even shy. They're just a bit upset. Goodness me. What would you say to group 3 if you could say anything? There's so much energy here. Holy, I don't know if a lot of you guys picked this group, but wow. This person just has a lot to tell you. I don't think they've spoken to you in a very long time. They think you are incredibly beautiful. Please don't feel insecure. It's nothing you did. Oh, wow. All right. Anything else, please? Anything else? What would you say to group 3? If you could say anything, what would you say to group 3? Oh, gosh. Oh, this person is sad. I'm so sorry, group 3. Can we, alright. Bottom deck energy is I'm addicted to you. Oh, my days. That's why. These are my complicated connections. Oh, welcome, group 3. I personally am drawn to this group as well. So I always try to be mindful of projecting, but this person, they feel obsessed with you, group 3. They feel bound to you. They feel as though they're in some sort of karmic soul contract. For some of you, there's no karma involved. It's just that they can't stop thinking about you. You're literally always on their mind. And for some of you, they've tried to move on. They may currently be with another person. If you don't know that, please don't get too upset. It's more that this is something that they've tried to get over you, but they can't. They can't stop thinking about you. All right, so what would you say to group 3 if you could talk to them? They want to reach out to you. They want you to know that they can't even count the amount of times that they have tried to communicate to you. They've tried to connect with you. They've tried to see you. They've tried to... Oh my gosh, I don't know why I'm crying. They tried to sneak out. I'm not crying though. I'm just feeling as though I want to cry. They've tried to sneak back into your life. Group 1, this is someone who isn't confident in directly communicating with you. For many of you, this person has tried to communicate with you through other people, or they've tried to keep up with you through other people. Like I'm seeing like social media or mutual acquaintances. They're not very confident in connecting with you directly. They're using some sort of buffer to help them communicate with you. So the next one we have is I need more balance. They're trying to simplify their lifestyle. Oh my gosh, okay. For some of you, they have settled. For some of you who know that this person is with someone else right now, they want you to know that they've settled because they just needed balance in their life, and they thought it was the right decision to make. It still hasn't stopped them from thinking about you, but it has given them something else to focus on. For others of you, this person has a very hectic lifestyle, and they are constantly being pulled between directions and places and projects, and they just acknowledge that their life right now is not as they wish it to be forever. They're not in an energy where they want it like this forever. They feel as though they're afraid to be complacent. It's complicated is what I'm hearing. It's complicated. They really just wish things were simple. They wish things were easier. They want you to know that they really miss you. This is the 8 of Cups. This is somebody who may have walked away. In their opinion, they were always planning on coming back. Group 3, they actually thought that you had moved on without them. They lost communication with you, for many of you, and they assumed that you had found love elsewhere, which is why they may have done the same, but unfortunately that wasn't the case for many of you. You were waiting for this person. They want you to know that they do still think about you way too much, to the point where they literally feel as though they are addicted to you. But they're kind of at this awkward predicament now where life is so complicated, and if they drop one thing, it could all come crashing down. They want you to know that they just really wish that things had been handled differently. They wish things were different presently. They don't want to be like this forever. There's this feeling as though they've wasted something. This is the 7 of Pentacles, and I just picture someone who's very discontent with their life, and it's like they've invested in this thing, but they're not sure if they want to continue it. Like they're wanting to uproot it all and start again, but at the same time they're feeling bound by their decisions, and like they can't change. Oh my god, my chest just spasmed. This person has a lot to say. This person has a lot that they have been holding back, and they just really wish things were different between the two of you. We have let me hold you. This is the Seven of Wands. This person felt as though they were having to fight for you. They felt as though it was like a constant energy struggle, and it is still now. It's like they're constantly battling themselves over you. They're constantly having to be mindful of the energy that they give you. I think it would shock you, Group 3, if you knew how often this person thinks about you and the constant struggles they have. It's like temperance to the extreme. This person is being very prudent, but it's just lying beneath the surface. The passion is all there. The fire is there. It's a lot of chaos, but on the surface, it's like the King of Swords, serene. All right, Spirit. What's next? We have I don't want to lose you. This person is like, oh my god, they just have like their arms wrapped around you. You are literally, yeah, they're very obsessively possessive, which is not something they like. It's not something they're used to, but you're someone that they don't want to lose. I keep feeling regret. I'm not going to lie. I keep feeling regret. It's not even the word. It's just a fear, this feeling of regret. And I think it has something to do with that decision where they thought that you had moved on. And so they made plans to move on too. But it turned out that you hadn't moved on. Oh, we have I would do anything for you. Anything. Oh my God, this is the 10 of Cups, Group 3. This is someone who has some very mature feelings towards you, but why do I feel like they haven't told you? No wonder I was ready to cry. I can feel the tears building. This is someone who is withholding a lot of emotion. They are holding a lot back. They are constantly having to be mindful of what they say, how they act, what they do. I don't know if there's like other people involved that are shared friends or something, but it's just like this person has so much they want to tell you, and it's like they're always having to hold it just under the surface. It's like it's never the right time. They wish it was as easy as reaching out to you, and they've so much to tell you. We have I am in so much pain. You may have been picking up on this, Group 3. Please don't feel guilty. Your person is processing a lot. They are torn again between so many choices. They have decisions to make, and some of it involves you and how to move forward with you, but most of it is just them as a person. They feel conflicted. They feel as though they've got a lot of massive decisions to make. These aren't just small things. These could change everything. And now it's complicated because I have this feeling like other people's feelings are involved. I'm really trying to stay out of this, but this feels so personal. Like I feel as though your person has just stepped inside my body. And don't worry, I do a lot to protect myself. That could never happen. But still, it literally, like, empathetically, I feel this person's pain. And the sad part about it is I can feel how their own actions, behaviors, and the lack of actions and behaviors has led to this point. There's just been a lot of misunderstandings, a lot of miscommunication, a lot of regret. This person just wishes that they would have said things when it happened. Oh, gosh. We have happiness as my priority. This is the 3 of Cups and the 3 of Wands. So for some of you, Group 3, you would already know this, but your person may be seeking happiness elsewhere. I definitely feel as though they left themselves open to other opportunities. If you don't know this yet, then please don't assume, take my word for gold. This is for those of you who are aware of third-party situations. Generally speaking, though, your person is trying to focus on their happiness. Now, the 3 of Cups to me, more than anything, it tells me that this is someone who is trying to focus on surface level emotions. They're very mindful of the person they are projecting into their reality in terms of how people perceive them. They're very mindful of themselves in group situations. Anytime that the two of you have shared spaces, they're constantly checking themselves and trying to present as this light-hearted, fun individual who loves to party and is charismatic and gets along with a lot of people. Like, they're just constantly checking themselves, and they do truly want to be happy, but they're at this point now where they're realizing that what they were planning for is a little bit different, and they're torn because they have invested their energy into several different avenues. They have the ability to make a decision here, but I feel as though they're just waiting for more clarity. At the core of them, they want happiness. They want to move forward in happiness. We have you matter. If this person gave you the impression in the past that you were less than, or that they treated you less than, they really want you to know, Group 3, that you really matter to them. You are someone of great importance, and they should have, I don't like to say this, but from their opinion, they should have valued you more, and they should have told you how they felt. I just feel so much regret. Your person has so much that they wish they could tell you. We have, I think so, yes. Indecision left a lot of uncertainty. I just feel like miscommunication and just a lack of communication left so much uncertainty, and wrong choices were made, but at the same time, I don't believe in wrong choices. I feel like everything happens for a reason, and that's me personally. It may sound naive in that sense, but this person feels as though they made a decision that wasn't the right one. And there's a little bit of regret there. I think so, yes. I've heard the question, could I have done something better? I think so, yes. Could I have done it better? I think so, yes. We have sex. It's another devil card, so oh no, sorry. If you are watching this for the first time, I don't mean to trigger you. A lot of my cards in this deck that I've made, they have the 15 on it because I just find that it creates a bit of versatility, and it lets me understand the connection deeper by kind of spreading the devil energy out into multi-facets, because the devil energy isn't always low vibrational. It sometimes can just amplify the energy that it's next to. In this case, this person is very lustful towards you. This is the sexualized energy of the devil card. So they are feeling very tempted by you. They see you as a temptation. They honestly can't stop thinking about you. It's actually the reason why this came out, because I have this in another card as well. It's not always 15 and represented as the devil, but the reason why it came out as the devil in this sense is because for many of you, Group 3, your person may be with another person, and they feel guilty for thinking about you while they're with this other person. There's this taboo nature here that they shouldn't be thinking about this, but they are. And there's this feeling as though you're off limits, but they just love fantasizing about this. And I think that it takes up a lot of time, but it also takes up a lot of energy. Like, it's a guilty pleasure. It's a real guilty pleasure of theirs. That's something that they would share with you if they had the opportunity. It's something that I feel that they want with you. The next card we have is, if I asked you to stay, would you leave? This, honestly, this gives me the energy of the Four of Cups, of like a missed opportunity energy. Your person feels as though they weren't given the right chance, or it's like they didn't take the chance. It is like a missed opportunity, though. Yeah, it's stemming back into that regret, Group 3. It's literally word for word. If I asked you to stay, would you leave? They almost feel as though it's impossible to get to you now. Like, there's no way that you would want them now. I don't know why, but they just feel as though it's even harder now. We have I lost everything? This really keeps them up at night, Group 3. This is someone who thinks about this way too many times that they would care to be honest about. Oh gosh, this is the Nine of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles. They see you in your power, Group 3. They have a lot of admiration for you. You're an incredible person. You are so beautiful to them. They wanted to show me that in the deck while I was shuffling. They admire you so much. You are such a beautiful soul to them. Like, you have so much to give, and it's just like, oh, I can't believe I let that pass. I can't believe I didn't tell her or tell him, tell them how I was feeling. I should have just told them. So much regret. We have seek professional advice at the bottom. You know what this gives me? This came out in group 2 too. But in this group, what I feel is that this person almost feels like they can't tell anybody about this. They are struggling because they want to talk to someone about this, but the people they usually talk to are off limits. And it could be because they're shared connections, but it just feels as though this person may need to seek professional advice in order to move forward here, because that's the only person they could talk to as a counselor in this situation. More than anything, though, what this is telling me is you need to trust your intuition on this group 3 for this to end right at the end of the card. Why did I say that backwards? For this card to come out right at the end of the reading. It's just telling me that you should really solidify your connection with your higher self, with spirit, and trust your intuition on this one, okay? I'm going to get some clarity. So you guys had the longest message from your person. Group 1 and 2, we didn't go for this long. Group 1 was like 10 minutes. Group 2 was like 12 minutes, and then we got clarity. So I'm going to have to really do some digging. So Spirit, what is going on with group 3? What is actually happening? That was their person. What is actually happening? What is actually happening with group 3? What is actually happening with group 3? Oh gosh, I still feel their energy. Spirit is trying to shift their perspective. Spirit is trying to offer growth in this connection, but it involves confronting fears, and someone is hesitating to do that. Someone is still too afraid to move forward. There's a lot that is yet to be revealed. Spirit's saying you don't know everything yet, okay? There are some aspects of this connection that have not come to light. There are so many secrets. Some of it is good, some of it is bad, some of it you were spot on in terms of your intuition. You predicted this. You had some sort of awareness about this. And Spirit is saying that it will come to light eventually. There are things that are yet to be revealed, and you can trust your intuition on this one. Balance is reversed because I feel as though the two of you really share energy on this one, and you are picking up on how they are feeling, group 3, and vice versa. There is an imbalance in this connection, and Spirit is trying to rectify it, but a lot of it has to do with perspective, changing your focus. This is the 5 of Cups. Someone is grieving and the other person is trying to move forward, but both of you are trying to be guided to just focus your perspective on what you do have, focusing your emotions on what you do have. It isn't all lost yet. Some of you are seeing that 3 cups have been spilled, but you're not appreciating that you still have 2 cups remaining. So what is actually happening in this connection, Spirit? We have the 8 of Cups. A lot of you are under the impression that your person is moving forward, but I'm torn with this energy. I can't lie. Every time the 8 of Cups comes out, I feel as though this is somebody who has an intention of coming back. In this case, this is confirmation for those of you, group 3, who are trying to move forward. Spirit is saying, yes, you need to move forward because they are trying to focus your energy onto positivity. So overall, you should be focusing on moving forward. That is the goal right now. Everything you are experiencing right now is to offer you success and growth in your journey as an individual. But what is happening in this connection? In this connection, there is an imbalance in terms of giving and receiving. Your person isn't able to give you what you deserve, and it's almost like Spirit is asking you to stop giving. Yeah, Spirit is asking you to stop giving. There is an imbalance here. Well, what is actually happening, Spirit? What's shifting in this connection? What's shifting in general? Spirit is trying to give you opportunities elsewhere. With this Blossom card, this truth will literally set you free. There are things that are yet to be revealed, but I feel that many of you have such a keen intuition, you've picked up on something already. You will be blossoming. This truth has literally set you free. There's a new opportunity out there, and it involves investing your energy wisely. This is the 7 of Wands reversed. So I feel that for many of you, you may have walked away or you may have chosen to give up to give up in terms of investing your energy, and more so it was just to be selfish. You're not stepping away out of complete selfishness, but you're just wanting success and growth. We're going from the 7 over here to the 8. We just want success and growth. So what is happening then? Is there any more advice you have, Spirit, for group 3? What is your advice? Spirit is saying, please don't feel as though you've missed out on an opportunity here. You do have other opportunities for you. And the main reason why I say that is because I feel as though you still daydream and fantasize about this person. You're not appreciating all of your options here. It's almost like this connection lives in your mind. There's a lot of daydreaming and a lot of fantasizing here. What is shifting, Spirit? Spirit says there is going to be a tower moment, but now is the time. A lot of you have already experienced a lot of change in your life. Continue to rebuild, continue to focus on yourself. Spirit is working to destroy illusions, okay? Because this, to me, represents illusions as well. This is the 7 of Cups, and the 4 of Cups here, I'm seeing that moon and just the way that the light is glistening around this person. This person has a lot to say. I'm really seeing the throat chakra here. This person has a lot to say, but Spirit is going to be shattering the illusions around this connection, but it's really important that you take time to rebuild yourself with strong foundations. This person has a lot to tell you, but they also have to do a lot more work in their own lives. So there are some questions that you're asking, and I feel as though the answers lie within. Like, you don't necessarily need to go outwards to seek them. But see, this card here, when it's reversed in this deck, I read it as retrospection. So it's this feeling of like hindsight almost, group 3. Some of you are going to be able to appreciate this journey a lot more very soon because it will all make sense. I do feel that secrets are being revealed and you'll get to understand and appreciate why certain things happened the way they did. It will make sense. There's the hindsight. There's this beauty of hindsight is what I'm feeling. So group 3, I hope that resonated. I'm always curious to know if you feel inclined to. Please leave a comment down below and like the video if you did like it. Otherwise, just reach out, please, and let me know. Or communicate anything, really. You don't have to let me know anything, but I'm always curious and keen to connect. Please look after yourself, group 3. You're very precious souls. Your person is healing. I know that was a lot of energy to harness, and honestly, I nearly cried a couple of times, but I just feel like they have a lot to tell you, and when they get that chance, it's going to all come out. In the meantime, continue what you're doing, and it'll all make sense soon, apparently. Look after yourselves, group 3. Bye!